How's it going, Los, man? How you doing? What's going on, bro? I feel like I
I'm
haven't talked
good
to you
for
in a
the
while.
most part, other than working on my house. Still got paint on my hands. Um, Sink broke on me. I had to fix that, which that was totally annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Painting one of the rooms, and now I have a problem with one of my light switches. So I gotta freaking start smashing holes in the walls and see what's wrong with the electric.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
You know, listen, it's not that I can't work. I can't do electric work. I've done it,
Yeah.
but it's just not my favorite thing to do.
I could imagine that electric work is probably freaking annoying. Like, I've never done electric work before, but it just seems like it would be an annoying thing to do,
No,
honestly.
it's actually pretty simple. It's just very much, you just have to double and triple check your work to make sure you don't start a fire.
Jeez. Yeah, that's why I would rather hire somebody because I would not trust myself with wires. Don't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, he
Um,
says that. Yeah, he'll wire up like a whole camera, a whole sound system, lighting system. But no, he don't trust himself with wires.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, I didn't set up my whole desk with the cameras and like that. That definitely wasn't me for sure. Um, but no, same here, man. Just working, getting stuff situated with the pod. Got some good ideas coming up, some good merch ideas. Just like Los mentioned in chat, we're trying to get a chocolate bunny t-shirt thing going. We've been talking about chocolate bunny on this channel and on this podcast for so long. It's becoming a meme. It's becoming
Yeah.
part of the channel, basically. So that's something that we're going to work on. And I didn't even do a formal intro, but this is JHouze Radio episode 68, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you stopping by. Anybody who's watching live, hit the thumbs up. If you're listening to the audio version, check us out on YouTube. Watch us live. We're on YouTube. We have other content that we're dropping here. Join the family on the live side on the video side of things, shall I say.
And you could see KJ sexy shirt.
Yes,
Although today
always.
he's not wearing a sexy shirt. It's just
Today's shirt is not sexy. Okay. Everybody who knows me knows I'm a New York Jets fan. Today, as of the time of this recording, my New York Jets played and we played horrible. So yeah. I'm still gonna rock it anyway. Still gonna rock it. Die hard fan.
everyone knows who watches the show that I'm a big Eagles fan, and we won today.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll see how long that lasts. Um
Listen, the Jets winning streak just kind of went.
dude, we literally went 3-0 preseason. I was so excited going into regular season because when have we been 3-0 at any point? It's been a while since we've been 3-0, in general, whether it's regular season or preseason.
What was that?
So
The Jets glory days with Joe Montana. Was it Joe Montana?
no, I wish we had Joe Montana.
No, who was it? The
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Oh, Joe Namath. You're talking about?
Joe Namath. Yeah, in the
Yeah.
'70s.
Yes, that was the last time we had glory days. I mean, we came close with Fitzpatrick for a little bit, where we were actually in playoff contention, and I think that was the last time we were actually competing for playoff spot. Was when we had Fitzpatrick, and that was freaking years ago, for like a lifetime ago. But yeah, guys, today we have a lot of stuff to talk about on today's episode. We're going to be jumping into She-Hulk episode 4. We're going to give our thoughts on that real quick. You guys on the YouTube side of things have left some great comments about your thoughts on what we thought about episode 3, and keep it coming, man. Keep the comments coming. Um,
Yeah. So, some were good, some were bad. Listen, we appreciate all opinions.
for sure, for sure. So,
because even bad opinions keep us on our toes to keep keep improving the show. We
true
can't
indeed.
fix what's wrong if you don't tell us what's wrong.
And honestly, at the end of the day, it's your guys' opinion. Like we're here to have fun with this thing we call pop culture, and like discuss it with us. If you don't agree with what we talked about, that's awesome. Let's talk about it. That's
And
what we're here
more
for.
importantly, thank you for watching and thank you for listening. We appreciate it.
True indeed. True indeed. So yeah, we're gonna talk about She-Hulk episode 4. Give our thoughts on that. We're also going to break down everything that came out of D23, which I almost forgot was even happening these past few days until I saw all the trailers drop on YouTube.
Yeah.
Plus a few other topics that we're going to jump into. So before we do that, Los, do you have any PWLs you want to start off with this week?
I just downloaded the whole Tomb Raider, I guess it's 3 games that they were selling on PlayStation Plus.
Okay.
Like $3. So I was like, yeah, what the hell? I like Tomb Raider. So I
Why
bought
not?
that, but I'm replaying Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Really? You liked it that much? You want
Yeah.
to play it again?
It was a lot more fun than the Amazing Spider-Man,
Mm-hmm.
but it was so short that I don't mind replaying it. You know, like I don't feel like I'm losing 120 hours or whatever. Because
Yeah.
I'll just run through that game in like 30, 40 hours, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You know, scratch that itch.
True, true. I still haven't finished Miles Morales. I did start it. I did start it. My problem is I'm having a problem finishing games right now. That's
Oh yeah,
it's a
yeah,
real
like
thing.
Ghost of Tsushima. So I haven't finished that one yet.
All right, so what are you watching, Los? What's on your watching and listening list?
I'm not really watching a lot of stuff right now because most of the stuff that I'm watching has either ended or is about to start. So right now, the only thing I'm really watching is Star Trek Lower Decks, the animated Star Trek series,
Okay, interesting, interesting.
and I'm rewatching Stargate Universe.
Oh yeah, you told me you love that show. You used to always
God,
talk about
so good.
it.
And here, what makes it good is here's where you have these the wrong people stuck in outer space with no chance of getting any help, and it's how they go through stuff, you know. and,
Yeah,
and that's what makes it so good because it's like real people.
true, true indeed. My well, are you still doing your PWL or
No, that's it. I'm done.
is that that's all you're all right? So me, what I'm playing Shredder's Revenge. Dropped a few months ago. Anybody who knows me knows I'm a big Ninja Turtles fan. It's just an old school beat 'em up. That looks like the old school Ninja Turtles game. I just recently jumped back into that. Me and my little man are playing that, so we're having
But
fun with
wasn't that
that.
actually in the arcades?
I believe so. I'm not sure if it was actually Shredder's Revenge that was in the arcades. But it does look like the old school Ninja Turtle games that were like in the arcades back in the day, like same art style and all that. So,
Sound
um,
effects and everything.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. Like my kids love turtles, so it's like the perfect game to like play with their, like play with your kids, or if you're into turtles in general, just play with some buddies. So, that was pretty cool. Let me see. What else am I doing? What am I watching? I'm watching Abit, whatever. I think that's how you pronounce it. Albert University. I mean, Elementary on HBO
Abbott
Max.
University.
Abbott. There we go. Abbott
Abbott
Elementary
Elementary.
on HBO Max. If the best way to describe it, if you were to take The Office and put it in an elementary school, that's basically what it is.
And
It's
I work
basically
in one, and let me tell you something that's not that far from the truth.
what it is.
The lead actress, Quinta Brunson, used to be part of, oh god, hold on, I gotta scroll down.
Okay.
BuzzFeed. She was one of the BuzzFeed personalities.
Really?
Yeah, in 2014, 2015.
Oh wow, interesting.
As soon as I saw her, I was like, I know this chick. Where do I know her from? So IMDb, our favorite place. And I looked and I
IMDb.
checked up. Yeah, she's from BuzzFeed. When BuzzFeed was actually really good.
Interesting, interesting. Have you checked out The Office? Like, do you know much about The Office or?
No, that just doesn't seem interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
basically what this show is about. It's actually based in Philly as well. The
Is it?
show, yeah, the show is based in Philly. There's so much Philly slang and terms. They talk about the Eagles all the time. Some of the teachers have like Eagles like memorabilia in their classroom. If
Oh, you're talking
you're
about in Abbott Elementary.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought
It's
you were talking about in The Office.
oh no. Yeah, in Abbott, it's an elementary school that is in Philly, basically. And yeah, for anybody who's a Philly fan, or just from Philly, this might actually be a pretty good show to actually check out.
See,
It's actually
that
is
was my
that
problem with it's always sunny. What is it called? It's always sunny in Philadelphia. What's it called again?
yeah. I think it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah.
um Season one was great. Like they actually went to like the Italian market. They actually went to real places in Philly.
Oh
So I
yeah.
was hooked on it. I was like, oh my God, there's this, there's this, there's that. And then second season, I don't know what happened. I think they were in a studio. You didn't see anything of Philly. And I was like, I'm done with the show.
What did you? Well, this one they don't really go anywhere outside the school. I think they might go to a few places here and there. I think I'm only on episode like 3 or 4 with my girl right now. So the place, I mean, the show primarily takes place in the school. So it's pretty funny. I think you guys should check it out, even if you're not from Philly. It's worth a watch. If you love The Office, you might actually like this. It's pretty
Um,
good.
also, what's his name from Everybody Hates Chris is on the
Yes.
show.
And he's hilarious. Freaking hilarious, man. Like he has like
Tyler
that
something or other. Tyler Williams, Tyler James Williams, something like that.
Tyler something. Yeah, I think so. I think that's his name. But yeah, it's definitely good. You guys should definitely check it out. If you're into that kind of dry humor, you'll freaking love it. Um, listening to listening to is a little different this week. I'm getting back into playing piano, so I guess you can kind of call that listening to because I'm listening to more piano music to kind of inspire me. I started
So are you
playing piano.
listening to jazz, classical?
More classical at this point. I mean, I'm always listening to jazz. Like that's always that's part of my repertoire. But listening to more classical music, I've suddenly got that interest to want to get back into it again. So, yeah, getting back into playing the piano, and I'll definitely keep you guys posted with that. I'll probably throw some stuff up in Discord once I get more comfortable with it again.
Okay.
So, Los, random facts. What you got for me today, buddy?
Oh, I don't have any random fact.
You don't have a random fact?
I don't
You're
have
like
a random
the
fact. You don't
you're
prep
like
me for today, bro.
you're like the random fact machine. It's in the show notes. All right, well, here's what we're gonna do. Give me a random fact about Los. Something that people do not know.
Spanish was my first language.
Easy, come on.
No, I'm serious. Like my parents didn't know English, so all they did is teach me Spanish at first. Then my mother learned English from Sesame Street, and then I started learning English from my mother in the school.
Okay, okay. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool fact that I didn't even know about you.
All right, I got one for you.
Okay, go for it.
All clocks in Pulp Fiction are set to 420.
I did know that. I did know that. That was actually pretty cool when I found that out. I was like, of course, it's Quentin Tarantino. Why wouldn't it be? Why not?
He's annoying though, man. Sorry. I liked him in the 90s, but like as the more popular he got, the more annoying he got to me. I used to hear him speak. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, he just like I don't know if it's he sounded more full of himself or something else. I started liking him less and less. Personality. And I stopped liking films too.
Yeah, for me too. I think as time went on, some of his films became less interesting to me. I haven't watched a Quentin Tarantino film, like any of his recent films, like at all. I think the last one I probably watched was, I don't even remember, maybe Kill Bill, maybe.
The last one I saw was the Django Unchained.
Oh yeah, that was the last one I saw. I did watch. I forgot that was his film. Actually, I completely forgot. And
it had some really good moments in it, but then it just kind of.
It was okay. It wasn't his best work.
Yeah.
It was okay. Dark Legion in chat said, "What was it tough, at all to learning English?"
No, because I was a kid.
No?
You know, it's one of the, like I learned it through school, talking to other people. You know, and in my house it was a simple rule: my mother spoke English, my father spoke Spanish. That way, we kept both languages together. You know, and my mother literally learned it off Sesame Street as we were watching it as kids.
Really?
Yeah, she learned off Sesame Street and the Electric Company, you know, and all that other stuff.
Oh
A
wow,
is for Apple. So my mother would learn little by little. So she learned English off of Sesame Street.
that's crazy.
Literally.
I've known you literally for like 20,000 years, and I've just learned that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting fact about Lewis.
Oddly enough, though, the weird thing is I learn languages through Spanish easier than I do through English, even though the language I mastered is English.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just a weird thing in my brain. I've tried learning so many languages.
Yeah.
Failed miserably. But if I learn them through Spanish, I have a tendency to retain certain, as opposed to learning through English, where it just one ear out the other.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's a
interesting.
random fact. There you go.
Good random fact, bro. Good random fact. My random fact for today, the hexagonal lenses on a bee are so strong that they can see ultraviolet rays that humans can't even perceive.
Ooh, that would make sense. They like flowers.
Because they like flowers? I don't get the...
Well, bees recognize flowers through the patterns on the petals that can only be seen in ultraviolet light.
Oh. Okay. That's why they always want to know flowers?
Yeah, because
that's why they spend all the time
that's why
on
you
it?
see bees go-to flowers that are in the daytime as opposed to nighttime. There's no ultraviolet for them to see the flowers.
Interesting. See, even within the random fact, Lowski is a random fact.
Yeah, use a ton of useless knowledge.
Jeez Louise. I love it though. That's why it's like one of my favorite segments of the show for sure. All right, cool beans. So we're gonna jump into, well, Los, I'm gonna let you lead off with this topic. This is something you brought up to me. So I'm gonna let you start off with
Oh,
it
we're
real
talking
quick.
with the AI. Okay,
Yeah.
so there is this website called DALL-E 2, DALL-E, the number 2, and what it does is you give it a text prompt, and the AI will create an image for you. So what happens is in the Colorado State's fine arts competition, a person named Jason Allen submitted an image that was created through Dolly and won. So now artists are up in arms. They're fuming. They don't think it's fair. And it's not art created by an artist, art created by a computer. And now they had no problems with digital art. Like if you create your art digitally, it's
Okay.
that a computer generated for you and you're claiming it's yours because it's not yours. But he's like, it is mine. I created the prompt, special prompt that was, I think he said it was like 150 words. Those
Uh-huh.
150 words gave him an incredible image. And it is a gorgeous image. Absolutely
Yeah,
gorgeous image.
I looked at it actually. It is a nice image, but it does get to that.
Could you put it up for everyone to see?
Sure. Can you send me the link in? Actually, let me see. I think I might still have the link. I just gotta type it in. Uh, it'd be easier. Can you send me the link in Discord, or do you
I
not
can
have it saved on Discord?
I can send it to you in email.
Oh yeah, cool. Do that, and then I'll pull it up. Um, I guess it does blur the lines where it's like, what is, especially nowadays, what is considered
I just sent it to
art?
you.
All right. Especially nowadays, what is considered art and what isn't considered art? That's the question.
Well, see, I agree with the other artists that and I also send you a link too where the image is from.
Okay.
That you should not be able to enter that into a contest because an art contest is done by artists. So I do agree that that image should be disqualified because he did not create the image. If you're doing an AI image art competition, then his 150 word prompt makes sense.
Yeah.
But he didn't create the image, so I don't think he should get the win the prize.
I mean, I do get what the guy's saying. I do understand that he's trying to say, hey, I created this. You did. That is your art, I guess, if you want to say that. But the thing is like, if that's not what the contest called for, then that's not really what they would consider art in their contest, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't know, like overall, would you, I mean, I'm guessing you consider digital art to be art, right? Art is art no matter how you do it,
Yeah,
basically.
I don't care if you create it in Photoshop, Procreate, MS Paint, sculpture, ice sculpture, crayons, even. If you
Yeah.
created it, that's art, period. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be good art, but it's art. You know, um, the problem with art is once you release it into the world, you have zero control over it. It's
Oh
the
yeah.
eye of the audience that says whether it's good or bad, whether they like it or they don't, if it needs improvement, if it doesn't need improvement, if it's beautiful or if it's ugly. It's the only problem with art. You can create it, but you don't essentially own it. Your viewers own it because how many people have paintings up? And you go, oh, that's my favorite book. Oh, that's my favorite song. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
you don't really own it. Your audience,
That
at
is
least in my
true.
opinion.
That's true. That's true. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up for you guys. It's like kind of being annoying right now. Trying to see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, your PC doesn't like you today.
No, it doesn't. And I think what it is, I think my PC is in the middle of doing an update right now. Windows, they're always updating like every 5 seconds.
I actually don't. I've been a Mac guy since I've been an Apple guy since the Apple II.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Jeez. Since Apple
So
II.
And
Jeez
mind
Louise.
you, there was a point where I was working on so many Macs, you know, because I was working with film people and script people and artists, digital artists and Photoshop artists, that there was 4 years that I didn't see a PC. So when I was doing some tech support and I finally saw a PC, I was like, hey man, they actually still make these? People were looking at me all weird. And
He
I was
said
like,
they
bro,
actually still make these.
yeah, literally. I was, and they were like, dude, you do realize that fewer people have Macs. Not in my world. My world, this is the first PC I've seen in 4 years. What happens with Dolly, I could literally type in a duck wearing a life vest, and it'll give me 5 images of a duck wearing a life vest. I can put a duck wearing a life vest in the style of Van Gogh, and it'll show it to me.
So it really, wow, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
You've never messed with
And
that?
the computer just knows what Van Gogh looks like. It just draws
Yes.
Van Gogh. Really? That's crazy. I've never used that software. My name in chat, my lady says you might as well transfer everything over. Yeah, I know. I know. Something else I gotta do, right? More things I have to add to my plate in regards to content creation. Yeah, I
And
love
here's
it.
the thing with Dolly, you can join a wait list or
Okay.
someone could invite you in to do it, and then you could do your prompt. Like you could literally say, an astronaut on a horse riding on the moon, and it'll give it to you.
Do you have to pay for Dolly? Is Dolly free?
As far as I know, it's free.
Interesting.
Um, and I've heard a lot about it. A
Um,
lot.
that might have to be our recommendation for today. That might
You
be our
know, can I join
recommendation.
the wait list?
I don't know. I have to look into that. It's called Dolly, Dolly.
DALL-E.
Oh wow, okay. I might forget that. Chat, somebody send that to me. I might forget that. So yeah, interesting way to do art. But like I said, to some people it's considered art. It's just that for that particular contest, it's not. But I think art is whatever you make it. It's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, but
So,
do you think it's art when a computer generates?
do I think art is art when a computer generates it? Yes, I believe art is what we decide that art is.
Okay,
Who
so
is
here's my
anybody?
question for you. If
Okay.
you entered into, let's say, a song, a song competition,
Hmm.
right? Do you think it's fair that somebody would win if they typed into a computer prompt and an AI made the song?
So in terms of a contest, no, it's not fair.
Okay.
But if in terms of just art just being art, however you want to create that, it's up to you. If you consider you typing in a computer to make your song and you might do a little few tweaks here and there, if that's your way of making your art, then that's fine. Some people might look at uh, Picasso, and look at his form of art. Some people are like, well, it's just a bunch of blotch colors just thrown together in some weird way.
No, listen, Cubism, which is Picasso's so famous for, is so hard to digest for me. But there are some people who look. I remember going to the Philadelphia Museum of Art, right, in
Yeah,
college. One of our assignments was to go look at paintings.
yeah.
And so I was looking at this Picasso painting. I'm like, I have no clue what this is. There's an eyeball, there's a hand, there's a nose, but I don't know what this is. And some random dude comes up to me and goes, "Oh my God, what a beautiful lady." And I was looking at him, I was like, drugs too.
Like,
But then he pointed out to me, okay, this is a woman. It's because of this and this and this. And okay,
interesting.
I still don't like it, but
I think it's an interesting way to look at things. I mean, but like I said, art is in the eye of the beholder. My name in chat says it can be art, but that competition was unfair. Yeah, that's pretty much how I
I
see it too.
agree.
That's pretty much how I see it too. So, art is what you make it, guys, for sure. All right, so our next topic that we're going to jump into for our show notes here is She-Hulk, episode 4. What do you think, Los?
It was good, it was funny, and it was dumb all at the same time.
Wow, what an analogy! It was good, it was funny, it was dumb, all at the same time. Why?
Yeah. Okay. It was good because they continued the formula. They continued breaking the fourth wall. They kept showing you like little bits and pieces of her life. Like she's wearing men's suits because they don't make women's suits big enough for her when she's in She Hulk. She's still breaking the fourth wall. She's still saying these kind of dumb jokes. She's still kind of awkward, right? when she goes into She-Hulk, she almost becomes a different person, but not really. The whole
Hmm.
dating thing, I was really weary of it. I was like, oh my god, I don't know one of these. Oh my god, I'm so in love. Things are blah 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 blah. But it turned out to be really funny. And in this episode was the first time you saw the She-Hulk act like a superhero and get into a superhero fight with all those little demon bat.
Yeah. Side note, chat, this is gonna be spoilers, mild spoilers for the show. We will give thumbs up when spoilers is over for anybody who is watching live.
No, but this was in the trailer, so this is not like I'm saying anything that is not in the trailer. If you've seen the trailer, this isn't spoiled for you. You see it in there.
Yeah, so
In the
we'll try
trailer,
to.
you saw her fighting these demon bat rat things.
Sure indeed. Sure indeed. Um honestly,
Oh, and it was
dude.
done because what's her face? Wong's bestie.
Oh my goodness gracious.
I have
Honestly,
no
man,
woman like.
I'm gonna be honest. She-Hulk episode 4, horrible. I honestly think I might be done with the series. I'm going
Why?
to listen. I'm going to stick with it because it's Marvel, and I want to keep up with what's going on in the MCU and et cetera, because I know things might happen somewhere in the show. I'm not feeling it, man. I'm really not feeling it. Yes,
I wish you could stick to it like you did with Star Trek. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I wish
Oh
you would have stuck to it
wow.
like you supposed to do for Star Trek.
Oh man. Shots fired. Shots fired. It's
I
okay.
went there.
You
I
went there.
went there.
You went there. It's okay. I deserve that. I deserve that. Um so yeah, it's just I'm not feeling it. The I think She-Hulk, dang, what is the actress's name? Forgot her name.
Hold on, give me 1 second. She was also in Orphan Black.
Orphan Black. I didn't see that one.
Well,
Um
the show is really interesting because hold on, let me see the actress.
uh
Tatiana
Tatiana.
Maslany.
Tatiana Maslany.
Uh, it's a show where she has multiple copies of herself, clones in existence. They all have different personalities.
Okay.
And I had forgotten about this show, and because she's on She-Hulk, now I want to see it.
Interesting. I might have to check that out. You might have to remind me about that one. Um but yeah, her as an actress, like when she's not She-Hulk, when she's just playing Jennifer Walters, I'm fine. You know, like I said, I love the sarcasm. I love the banter between her and Wong, her and her coworkers. That's fun. It feels like I'm watching a pretty interesting comedy. It's just that anything outside of that is just it's boring. I don't know. I
What?
don't.
Okay. What do you find boring exactly? Because I enjoyed the show. Is it Marvel's best? Absolutely not. But is it entertaining? Absolutely. It's better than WandaVision.
Whoa. Did you just say She-Hulk is better than
Better than
WandaVision?
WandaVision.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I cannot believe you just said that.
WandaVision was a whole collection of, huh?
Wow. Everybody in chat, everybody who's listening, I want you to leave comments about how you feel about Los's comments about saying She-Hulk is better than WandaVision. I
Better than
love
WandaVision.
I thought WandaVision was fun because it tapped into different parts of my childhood with each episode. I think going up to like maybe the fifth or sixth one. Each episode had like a theme to it, and each episode represented a classic TV show. Like we started off with the black and white, which kind of reminded us of Bewitched, and then
Correct.
then like each I can't think of what other shows it was getting inspiration from, but to me that was fun. It was different. Marvel was trying something very different with WandaVision. I remember going into WandaVision, looking at this like, what is this going to be? We have a show about Wanda and Vision as a couple. What the heck is Marvel thinking? This sounds ridiculous.
And it
And
was ridiculous.
it wasn't. I wouldn't
It
say
it
it was.
lived so much in the TV sitcom world that I was like, where is this going? Each week I would watch it and I was like, okay, you've imitated this show. Okay, you've imitated this show. Where is this going? The best parts of WandaVision were outside the town. not inside the town.
Really,
Inside,
that's go ahead.
I'm not that type of TV person. Understand? Like,
Yeah.
have I watched Bewitched? Sure. Can I tell the episodes apart? No. Could I tell you what episodes I've watched? No. Could I tell you the nose thing? Yeah, that's it in Bewitched.
Wow.
And she had a gay uncle.
Gay uncle?
Yeah,
Who was the gay what in WandaVision?
in Bewitched.
Oh, I don't remember that show that well. I was like, wait, there was a gay uncle in
Okay.
WandaVision?
But you don't remember that show that well, but yet you're like, oh my God, I love the first part of this Bewitched. See what I mean?
No.
It's
I'm not
like
saying I love the first one because of Bewitched. I like that they were tapping into getting inspiration from those old
I
school
was
shows.
when I used to sit down as a kid and watch television, I wasn't watching Bewitched. I'd rather watch Good Time than Bewitched.
Wow. Okay. I
I
mean,
would
you know
rather
what?
watch Sanford and Son than something else. You see what I'm trying to say?
I
Like
feel
Dukes
you.
of Hazzard, Airwolf, things like that. Sesame Street. But I wasn't raised on that kind of television. So for me, I didn't care.
And honestly, that's totally understandable. You know, everybody is definitely entitled to feel how they feel about, like these Marvel shows and stuff like that. For me, it was the complete opposite. Anything that was outside of town was like kind of lackluster for me.
Yeah,
Like,
for me, that was the most interesting parts. You know,
well,
it was
it's
definitely way better than Obi-Wan Kenobi, that boring, sad show. Because, God, that show just dragged. Oh my God, he was so sad all the time. And I stood through that just for the podcast, you know? Just like you did through Star Trek.
yeah. So She-Hulk episode 4 review.
No, but
Um,
seriously, like, listen, I know we joke and we bother each other and bust each other's chops because we're friends. That's what we do.
yeah.
But honestly, back to the topic, what was it exactly that you didn't like about episode 4?
I
Um, was it the dating part of it? Was it the fighting part of it? Was it Wong that you didn't like? Was it, or was it just that they added really weird things like, Wong having his bestie,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think it's just the little weird things. I know they're trying to experiment, they're trying to have fun with the show. I just feel like the writing just doesn't feel like Marvel. It doesn't feel like they're giving their best. I'm not saying that, hey, I want you to give me top quality Marvel film in this like mini series. I'm not saying that. The writing just feels like uninteresting to me. It just feels very lackluster. The
I
animation,
personally feel that you look at it that way because you're expecting a quote unquote Marvel show like, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, instead of looking at it as a law show. Because remember, it's She Hulk Attorney at Law, a
yeah.
law show mixed in with superhero problems.
Maybe it could
And
be
I
that.
kind of think that that's why you're not getting interested in it. It's because you're looking at it through different eyes. And I'm being serious when I say this. It's kind of like when you watch Star Trek, you looked at it through Star Wars eyes instead of watching through new eyes, trying to get it for what it was. And I think sometimes we're so stuck on our expectations
Mhm.
that we sometimes don't give certain other formats a chance. Maybe that was my issue with Obi-Wan, where I expected to be more like The Mandalorian, and instead what I got was something that was far from it.
Yeah. I mean, that could be a possibility. I mean, going into the show, I figured that it would be a little different. We're talking about attorney at law. There's going to be, I was actually excited about the law aspects going into this one. I watched a lot of Law and Order, even though that's not the same thing. But I love Law and Order. And I was intrigued to see how Marvel was going to intertwine law into, this universe. Because like I said, Marvel has experimented with a lot of different things that they've been very successful with, and I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do in regards to this. And it's not just the fact that, oh, it's law and it's more of that than action. It's just that what they're giving me is just not interesting. The writing just doesn't feel like they're giving me enough effort to make me, I mean, to just make it interesting. To me, it's just not interesting. I'm not interested in the story that they're telling.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever read a She-Hulk comic book?
Never.
That's why.
Probably. Possibly, but there's a lot of
If you would read just literally 2 or 3. By the way, you know that all the QR codes that pop up on She-Hulk, if you scan it, you'll get a free comic book.
There's a QR code in She-Hulk.
Yeah, if you go through the She-Hulk episodes, there are QR codes, and if you scan it, you get a free comic book. And if you start reading some of those comics, you'll understand why the show is the way it is, because it's trying to follow much of what the comic book format.
Interesting. I might have to go back and check out some of the episodes and see if I can find
Moon Knight did the
QR
same
code.
thing too. There were QR codes randomly throughout the show, and if you scan the QR code, you would get a free episode of Moon Knight, free issue, a
Interesting.
comic book, Moon Knight.
Interesting.
That's the new
Interesting.
thing that Marvel's doing.
That's pretty cool. I mean, I got to give it up to Marvel. Marvel is very creative with the way they go about like delivering their content. Got to give them big ups to that. Um, I mean, this episode out of all four so far is probably, I would have to say 100% my least favorite. Episode 3 is probably, I think episode 2 was probably my favorite so far.
Okay, so
How about
here's the
you?
legal thing in She-Hulk that you probably skipped over. When Wong was complaining about Donnie Blaze,
Yeah.
um, he was, he goes, "Oh, nobody should practice the mystic arts, unless they're, for lack of a better term, licensed."
Hmm.
And she was turning around going, "Well, did they sign a contract? Did they sign an NDA? Did they do this? Do this?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Well," and then that digs into the legal thing. And
Yeah.
then once you understand that and you start looking at the court case, you're seeing how Wong is so separate from our real world that he was unprepared for this court case. And because he was so unprepared for this court case, he calls his bestie to testify, you know? And when he turns around and goes, "Oh my God," and he prays to somebody, he goes, "Please help me. Please show me some mercy." In the
Hmm.
comic book, it's the God of Mercy in that comic book.
Really?
So, yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
um, so if you're looking at it that way and you're seeing how these people who don't live in our world um, are now have to deal with legal parts of our world, you see how that the series makes more sense. It's like, hey, come back to reality, because She-Hulk is essentially based in reality. She wants to be a lawyer. She doesn't want the superhero stuff. She wants to do all the legal stuff. But unfortunately, these superheroes keep getting in the way, and she's got to work
Yeah.
the law in a whole completely different angle. And so those are the things that I like. Could they dive more into the legal stuff? Absolutely. But how many, let's say, teens or early 20s or mid 40s really want to sit there and watch Law and Order Superhero Edition?
That
They
is
don't.
true.
They want to be entertained. So they touch upon it enough to give you the legal setup, but then they move on to showing it to you in an entertaining way. And because I'm following the thread of it,
Hmm.
and maybe it's because I've read a She-Hulk comic book or two, then maybe it's probably why I'm a little more accepting of it.
Probably.
You know,
Probably.
but I will
I
agree. Like, there are annoying parts of the episode.
so my okay, so I'm gonna give a few more tidbits on the show. So my annoying part with the show is probably it was kind of annoying but kind of funny at the same time, where she picks up the guy up off the couch and she's carrying him. It
That
was
was in the trailer,
that was in the trailer. That was
so
funny
that's
because,
not a spoiler.
not a spoiler. It was funny because it was just funny to see a big woman carrying that big buff guy. And then it just reminded me of like, oh man, the special effects in this show is so horrible as far as like her special effects. And I know it's still early, but it's like, oh, like
So
the special, like her special effects can be a little cringy at times, depending on what she's doing.
here's the funny thing: behind the scenes, there was a bodybuilder man who lifted the other guy up behind the scenes.
Really?
Yeah. Um,
Oh man.
I understand where that's coming from, um, because it's not the traditional male female role,
Yeah.
but you have, I mean, dominatrixes exist because people want to be dominated. Is that what I'm trying to say?
True.
So it kind of
It
shows
does.
that people fetishize superheroes.
Oh, that's gonna lead into a different aspect of Marvel going forward. Like,
Yeah, see, that to me, that's what it shows, that people fetishize it because of what
wow.
happened the next day. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm just going to say because of what happened the next day, you see all the fetishization of superheroes.
Now, my question and my wonder is why at the end of what are we three, episode
Or,
3,
oh, episode three, okay.
um, the what are they like the guys in the alleyway who was trying to attack her was like, oh man, we gotta get back to boss and tell him that this didn't work. I'm wondering, when I was expecting them to kind of dive more into that this episode, but they didn't.
Okay, well,
So
the guys that attacked her are actually a team in Marvel called the Wrecking Crew.
interesting.
They're actually called the Wrecking Crew. And the person who they're calling, I'm guessing, is the leader. And the leader is the guy who Ang Lee's Incredible Hulk, or in the Incredible Hulk movie, remember
Yeah.
he had the drops of Hulk blood
Oh yeah,
drip
yeah,
on his
yeah,
head?
yeah.
That's who it is. It's the leader. And he's actually playing that part again in Thunderbolt,
Oh,
the
speaking of
actor.
Thunderbolts, I got some stuff I want to talk about Thunderbolts.
Yeah, me too.
Um, I'm actually low key kind of excited about that right now. So yeah, that is our thoughts on She-Hulk episode 4. Los loves it. I not so much. So, oh, and by the way, we're also doing our chocolate bunny scale. So, Los, on a scale of 1 to 5, how many chocolate bunnies do you give episode 4 She-Hulk?
3.5. A little better than halfway, but not by much.
I give it 0 chocolate bunnies. Not one damn bunny. I'm keeping my bunnies to myself.
I'm sorry. I think there are parts of it you enjoyed.
I'll give it 1. I just want to be a troll. Just want to be a troll.
Okay.
Anybody who's watching live in chat, let me know. I think there's a bunny emote in the YouTube emote selector. Let me know how many chocolate bunnies you would get She-Hulk in chat. All right, let's jump into what we're all here for. Let's jump into the beautiful mouse in the room. D23 just happened, which is Disney's convention that they have every year to talk about everything that's going on in Disney. Toys, game related, movie related, everything. Side note, why do they call it D23, Los? Do you know?
Disney, 23rd time they've done it.
But isn't it called D23 every year?
I thought it was called D22 last year, wasn't it?
Was it? I
Or
thought it
no?
was called, I don't know.
I
Some
literally, like, when people say, oh, Disney's going to announce X, Y, or Z, I wait for the announcements. I don't wait for what it's called.
Yeah. I just recently started realizing that they even had a thing. I think like last year was the first time I realized Disney has a convention. I did not know that. Did not know
I,
that until like last year. So
I can kind of understand why you wouldn't be into the Disney convention, because when most people think Disney convention, they think they're animated cartoon princesses and all that other stuff, forgetting that Star Wars is involved in there, Marvel's involved, and stuff like that. Because we have a
well,
tendency to think more of Comic Con for those things.
yeah, I mean, all that stuff is, if you really think about it, all that stuff like Star Wars, Marvel, that's more recent. Disney just recently bought the rights to Star Wars. Disney just recently bought the right to, like, not like recently, but within like the past like 5 to 6 years, they just recently started owning those companies and franchises. Well, they don't own
Yeah,
Marvel, but partnership. So like that's why I guess for me it was like, oh, Disney's holding a convention. I don't really care about the next Mickey Mouse video game, but whatever. But now we understand that there is a huge umbrella under Disney right now, and we got a lot. We got a lot of stuff that came out of Disney. First thing I want to jump into, Little
is Hocus
Mermaid.
Pocus 2.
Hocus Pocus 2. Yes. I wasn't going to talk about it at first because I didn't think you were interested.
No, my girl's interested in it. Like, the day it comes out, we are like, we have to have popcorn and soda and everything all laid out. We can't go
Really?
anywhere. The lights are off, and we have to focus on Hocus Pocus.
When does that come out? Hocus Pocus 2.
I don't know. You know,
Um So yeah, Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out. I'm not crazy about it. I thought it was a funny movie. It was pretty cool back when it came out. Like what? When did that come out? Hocus Pocus 2. I mean Hocus Pocus. That came out in 1993.
Yeah.
I did not realize it was that early 90s. Holy crap. I thought it was like late 90s. 93, Hocus Pocus. So we're finally getting a sequel. I know all you Hocus Pocus fans were waiting for that one. Um, Little Mermaid. Thoughts? We're getting a black Ariel.
So
Still. Thank you. Great response. I love it.
I don't understand what the big deal is.
No, I was just curious as to like if I was curious if you saw it differently. A lot there. I know there's some people on social media who are a little upset that Ariel is not of Caucasian descent.
Why? Who's to say Ariel wasn't Greek or wasn't Israeli? They're both fair skinned people. So who's to say she wasn't that?
Sure, indeed.
You understand? You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like just because she was fair skinned, your assumption is she's white. Could have been Israeli. There are Arabs, there are certain Arabs who are very pale. See what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
and then you go, oh, but she had red hair. Yeah, she's also half fish, dude. She could have any color hair. There are fishes that are red.
Oh,
So what I'm trying to say, like, I don't
that's
understand what, like, it goes back down to Star Wars with the Black Stormtrooper.
yeah. That's kind of funny because
With
when
Finn.
that's the first thing I thought about. That's literally the first thing I thought about.
Yeah, like you remember, my whole thing was I was surprised it was a Black Stormtrooper only because Stormtroopers were based off Nazis, right? And then once I saw Finn, I was like, "Ooh, there's a whole new take on Stormtroopers. What
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this?" You
yeah.
know.
That is true.
And then when I saw it, I was like, "Okay, this is the new take on Stormtroopers." You know. But like, I don't care that Ariel's black. Ariel could be Chinese, Korean, Indian. You know.
Yeah.
I don't care. Australian, Aborigine. I don't care. Really, really, really don't care. It's neither here nor there.
My name in chat says, okay, but keep her that way in the live action. Don't change it. Now, are you saying that my name in chat because you're a fan, or are you saying that because you feel like if that's what the cartoon was, just be what the cartoon is? Like, just give me a live interpretation of that character and how they look. So, I mean, I growing up, I obviously wasn't into Little Mermaid. That wasn't really my thing. I'm neither here nor there with it. I wouldn't care if she was black, if she was white, because I was never really into Little Mermaid. So for me, it doesn't hit me that hard. Um, I'm gonna check it out. I'm interested. I mean, I'm intrigued. I mean, I watched it because my daughter watched like the Little Mermaid movies, so I'm gonna take her to go see this. Um, and yeah, I'm actually pretty interested to see what this looks like.
See, for me, remember when we talked about Star Trek Strange New Worlds and I said, oh, that uh, Admiral April used to be played by a white guy and I was played by a black guy. And I was like, oh my God, why'd they do that? You know, out of curiosity, not because I was offended.
Yeah,
And then once I saw the actor, I was like, oh, okay, best actor for the role.
yeah.
I really don't see what the big deal is.
I mean, I feel like we're getting to this point now where studios are starting to get more adventurous, if you, for the lack of a better term, with trying different races or different colors or different creeds and a certain role that was always specified as a certain race. Like we're already in talks. We've been talking about it on the podcast for a while now. Idris Elba is being considered to be the next James Bond. You know, our first black James Bond. So that's going to be interesting.
Well, I mean, why can't, I mean, he's got the swag to be James Bond. Let him be James Bond. I don't care
Yeah,
less about that.
yeah. Let him be James Bond. I'm down with
He's
that.
an imaginary character. He is make believe. I don't care. Don't care. He's not real.
Yeah,
And like, what is the controversy? Are there black people in England? Yes, there are. So why can't he be black? You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't see what the problem is. Okay, people think of England as this all-white country, and it isn't. How many
Yeah.
Indians, people of Indian descent, of Arab descent, people of African descent is there? Actual African descent. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
England's like the rest of the modernized world. All shapes, creeds, colors, we don't care. So why can't James Bond be black? Who cares? Why can't he be Indian? Who cares? Let him be whatever he wants to be. Best actor for the role. That's the way I look at it.
As long as it's a good actor, that's all I care about. Yeah, I feel you. My name in chat says, yes, I was a fan growing up. And to change it is changing what it is. She can be any race, but keep it close to the original, just like they like to change up the music and do that either. Change up the music, don't do that either. So basically, she's
They
saying that
have to
like,
change up the music. You have to modernize with the time. As much as we may not like it, they have to modernize.
I mean, did you see the live action Lion King film?
What, you mean the animated one that they said was live action? That one?
No, they
The
did
one that
like
was
in
all
that.
computer generated?
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that for lack of a better term, like the computer generated live action version.
The computer generated movie that they said was live action.
Yeah.
No, I have zero interest in Disney movies.
Okay.
I was not raised on Disney, so I have zero attachment. I was
Okay.
raised on Warner Brothers. I have zero attachment.
Because they
My
kind
biggest
of
attachment to Disney is Donald Duck because I was able to watch a lot of Donald Duck cartoons. But other than that, we have no attachment.
okay, because they did the same thing with Lion King, the computer generated one. They changed a lot of songs in that movie, which was expected, but I don't know, like the way they changed it, the tempo just felt weird. It just didn't match. And then you had like live animals supposedly trying to talk. It just looked weird. So sometimes change can be great. Sometimes change can actually like kind of hurt the film, kind of hurt the art. So I mean, we'll see. Like I
Listen,
said,
my only thing is that this is if they don't ruin the crab, I'm okay. Keep him Jamaican, bro.
oh
One
yeah,
thing I care about.
actually, speaking of crap, let's actually take a look at the cast. So we got Haley Bailey. She's gonna be Ariel. Uh, Noah Noah King. He's Prince Eric. This is an interesting casting choice. Melissa McCartney is gonna play Ursula. That's kind of an
Who's
interesting.
Melissa? Hold on, I got to pull it up on IMDb.
Okay. I can't.
Oh, I hate that woman. I hate Melissa McCartney.
I'm
Hate
really,
that woman.
I'm really curious to see how that's gonna turn out. Melissa
Do you
McCartney.
know Ursula was actually designed after a drag queen?
Really?
There's a drag queen called Divine. Okay, and that's who Ursula was designed after. Look it up. Look up Divine.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, if you have to look up one of Divine's songs, Divine, I'm So Beautiful, and you'll probably see one of the album covers. So you can
Hmm.
see Divine's face, and you could see that's Ursula. Ursula was designed after a drag queen.
That's pretty interesting now that we know that. Who is Scuttle? And does anybody in chat who is Scuttle from Little Mermaid? I have no idea who that is. She's being voiced by Aquafina, uh Shang-Chi's partner in the Shang-Chi movie, his friend.
And yeah, and Aquafina had her own TV show, which was hysterical.
Her voice is a little annoying. Um
Nah, I like her voice.
what's the name of the crab from Little Mermaid?
Sebastian.
Sebastian is being played by David Diggs.
Hold on.
I'm not sure how I feel about Diggs. I'm trying to think what other movies did he play in so I can give you an idea of who it is.
I have
Like
no clue who that is.
he's had a few small roles here and there. But he doesn't have a Jamaican accent. I've seen a lot of his movies and shows. He doesn't have a Jamaican accent. I think they're going to stay away from the Jamaican accent unless he tries to fake a Jamaican
that is
accent.
such a wrong thing. I
So
thought what made that character funny, because I've been forced to watch Little Mermaid, was the accent. The
same,
way he emphasized things, the way he said it.
same. I 100% agree. Um, oh, the bird is going to be voiced by Aquafina. Oh, the bird, really? She's going to voice the bird, Aquafina?
Oh, I can see that.
You can see that?
I can see that.
I don't know if I can see that.
Seagulls, think about when seagulls make a sound, it's very raspy, and she has a raspy voice. So yeah, I can see that.
Interesting. My name in chat says, well, maybe she can do the voice. Sex doesn't matter if she can pull off the voice. Yeah, that's true. It's not the fact that she's a woman. It's just like her voice put to that character is like,
Oh, what didn't that used to be played by um comedian Buddy something or other?
yes, yes. I forgot his name as well. Let me
He was
see if I
like in a
can.
mad, 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 mad world.
Yes. Jeez, I forgot his name. Yeah, it's Buddy something. He was in like he voiced a lot of things back in that day, back in the 90s. He was like real.
The
He was well.
original, wow, the original Little Mermaid was in 89.
89 was the original.
89.
Sheesh.
Buddy
Wow.
Hackett.
Buddy, yes, Buddy Hackett.
Buddy Hackett. Such,
Um,
dirty stand up. Like really dirty stand up Buddy Hackett
yeah,
had.
yeah.
So great.
His stand-ups are definitely interesting to say the least. Um, so yeah, I mean, interesting cast. I'm a little annoyed by Melissa McCartney playing Ursula. I just think it's because Melissa McCartney is just an like she's just a very cringy actress. I don't like her. I don't when she first came out, she was funny because
When?
I forgot what was like her first, like I think it was like her first maybe second movie. I was like, oh okay, she's kind of funny because she was different. She was new on the scene, and I wasn't used to her style. But then over time, she just became so annoying that every time I see a movie with Melissa McCartney in it, I just 100% avoid it. I don't care who else is in it. I just avoid it.
You and me both.
I
Remember
don't
we
like
talked
her.
about her and Ghostbusters. The difference between her version of Ghostbusters and the original, that in her version she never stopped talking. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't a moment of silence. She was always talking.
Yeah. That's why I'm a little worried about her playing that role. A little worried about her playing that role. But yeah, I feel like we stuck on Little Mermaid a lot longer than I would have a
Oh,
lot
I agree.
longer than I would have thought.
But it was
Um
with a reason.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so there was a lot of stuff that came out of D23. We're obviously not going to be able to catch everything, but another one I want to jump into is Secret Invasion. We finally got a trailer for that. What's your thoughts on that, Los?
I think that it's going to be a serious detachment from the normal Marvel stuff, because to me this seems like like secret spy stuff,
Yeah,
and that's what it
100%.
seems like. And I think that's going to be interesting to see, like the spy clandestine version of Marvel.
Yeah, I agree. The trailer was really interesting. I watched it like two or three times. And like I said before, like Marvel is trying something different. This one is going to be really different from what they're normally used to. I feel like it's going to be almost in the vein of like Falcon Winter Soldier, but a little less superhero-y.
Actually, I think it's going to be more of Jason Bourne.
Okay, good
That's kind of the
comparison.
feeling I get. It's more Jason Bourne than Falcon and Winter.
Okay. Um, what time period do you think this is? It's
Current
taken
time, current.
because I noticed that there's a moment where like throughout the show he's like not wearing the eye patch, and then like towards the end of the trailer he's like wearing it, and it's all dramatic. That's why I was
Well,
curious. Like, is this a different time period?
I no, I don't think so. Here's the thing too. Like I've known people who've actually worn eye patches,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't always wear it. Like if they're with someone they know for a long time, they'll take off the eye patch. So like, oh, this fucking thing. They'll just talk to you. But when they go out in public, because most people are disturbed by it, they'll wear the eye patch. Because
The
the
wear the
one scene where
iPad.
he's having that conversation, and he's not wearing it, talking to somebody he knows. Is that what I'm trying to
Oh,
say? So
yeah.
that's kind of why I kind of get that feeling. Unless he puts on the eye patches, like, okay, go, that uniform, you know. But I just kind of think it's just not wearing it for because the moment didn't call for it. The other thing is too is if you're looking for somebody with an eye patch, you you're gonna look for somebody with an eye patch. If you're looking for somebody with an eye patch and they don't wear it, they're gonna walk right by you and you're not gonna see them.
True indeed. True indeed. Yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. I'm glad that we're getting like a show that's dedicated to Nick Fury's like story and his adventure and stuff like that. So it looks like he's going to be dealing with the scrolls in this one. Um, and yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for this. I'm like when they first announced it, I was a little iffy about what we were going to get, but then when they said that Nick Fury was going to be in it and it might include the scrolls, I was immediately like, oh yes, I want this.
Well,
I want
remember
this.
when we started talking about Captain Marvel and I said how the Skrulls were a bad guy and now they're a good guy?
Yeah.
So it makes me really wonder how the Secret Invasion is going to be because in the comic book, it was the Skrulls who were kidnapping the original heroes and they were pretending to be them.
Hmm.
So I'm very curious what the storyline in Secret Invasion is because it's now really far detached.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is
I
going to be
guess.
completely fresh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Definitely can't wait. Um, so yeah, we got Secret Invasion. We got a trailer for Mandalorian season 3. Are you excited for that one?
I'm excited for season 3, but I thought the trailer was lackluster. And the
Agreed.
reason why is they had so much footage from season 1 and 2. I would have liked to see more footage from season 3. That's
I
the only reason why I thought the trailer was lackluster. But I'm very excited for season 3. I really want to see it. And they've showed little bits and pieces and clips that are from the Clone Wars cartoon. And now we're going to see it live action.
I will 100% agree with you. The trailer got me excited. But yeah, I did feel a little like lackluster. I'm like, okay, can we see something from from season 3? And then they show more from last season, more from last season. I'm like, okay, can we see more for season 3? And then it's like they gave us a little bit, and then they gave us season 2, and they gave us a little bit, and I'm like, all right. I was just expecting a little more from it since we haven't really heard much about the new season, like since the last one ended, basically. So I was really
Yeah.
just expecting to get like some kind of tease, something to be like, oh man, this character's gonna be in it, or just something to like add that little sauce. Um, it was okay. It was an okay trailer. I mean, I'm not like totally disappointed. I just wanted a little more of a look at season 3 instead of like looking back to season 2.
Here
You
are
know?
the 4 things that I got out of the trailer that are from season 3 that I'm excited about.
Okay.
The original Mandalorian throne room where Ahsoka and Darth Maul fought at the end of the Clone War. They showed a bit of that throne room through the window, Bo-Katan.
Okay.
The fact that the Mandalorian now has a droid shows
Yes.
growth in the character, which I thought was
Yes.
great. They showed the Dome City on Mandalore in ruins. Excited about that. And I
Hmm.
was excited that Bo Katan was sitting on a replica of the throne on Mandalore.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the story from season 3 is going to be how Bo Katan wants the dark saber, and the only way she can get it is to fight Mando. And if she does that, is that going to cause a rift in the Mandalorian because they're from different clans? And are people going to start following Mando because he has the dark saber? Like those are the things that I think is going to be part of season 3, and I'm really excited about that. I just think I'm hoping because this is the first trailer, they didn't put in a lot of footage. I'm hoping
Yeah.
the second trailer will be better.
Yeah.
But they did show 3 or 4 shots that made me excited for season 3 because I'm like, okay, they're evolving the character and evolving the story, and I'm really looking forward to that. But it was only those couple of shots that really got me excited in the trailer. The rest of it, I was like, okay, I've seen this.
Yeah.
Remember that shot?
Yeah, same here. Same here. That might have to be another one, another show that we follow very closely once it drops. We'll add that to our first our
Honestly,
take
that's
one
one of the
series.
few shows that I think we can kind of almost do a weekly review because
Yes.
that show is that good. But we'd
Yes, it
have
is.
to warn people that it is full of spoilers.
Yeah, 100%.
But
I'm
we
not
should
gonna
also
lie.
do it maybe like a day or two later, give people a chance to watch it.
Yeah, true, true, true. Because I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if I want to continue to do more take one with uh She-Hulk. I
Well,
just don't
dude, you
know.
committed us.
I did? Did I
You've
really
committed
though?
us.
Did I really though?
Yes, you have. How many episodes have we done? Series halfway through.
guess we gotta stick in there, chat. We gotta stick in there.
Mm-hmm.
Stick in there for the long haul. So yeah, Mando season 3, can't freaking wait. And I honestly I slept on Mandalorian. I watched Mandalorian insanely late. I don't think I watched it until like midway through season 2. I was like, all right, I guess I'll give the show a try. Freaking loved
Damn,
it.
really? You waited that long?
I waited that long because it was like it was the first Star Wars TV show. I was like, it's probably not gonna be that great. And this is when Disney first started doing their like streaming service thing, and I was like, this is probably not gonna be that great. And then I watched it, I was like, I was a freaking fool. Freaking love it.
The Dark
Uh,
Legion says you can't leave and try to tap out midway. The man's right. You got to
oh
stick
yeah,
through it.
yeah.
Listen, dude,
He said,
if you stuck through Boba Fett, you can stick through She-Hulk.
you know what? That is a good point. That is a very good point. Everybody in the community knows I hated Boba Fett.
We
Oh
both
my
did.
goodness, man, I hated that show.
But
Not good.
supposedly there's a new cut of Boba Fett that makes it the series watchable.
Yes,
The
there is.
guy who turned the Obi-Wan Kenobi series into a movie, he also did, with someone else, he also did the Boba Fett series. I want to watch both, but I don't know where.
Yeah, I can't find it. I don't know where the heck it is. Don't know. If anybody listening or watching knows, let us know for sure.
The Thunderbolts seem a little weird for me.
Why?
Well, let me pull up the lineup so I can explain.
Yeah, I have the lineup here too. I'm gonna pull that up. I'm actually pretty excited. I actually at first I wasn't excited about the Thunderbolts because I didn't know much about it.
Okay, here's the thing that makes me not excited about it. Okay, the Winter Soldier's there. The Thunderbolts in the comic books are a bunch of bad guys pretending to be good guys, pretending to be the West Coast Avengers, and that's the whole shtick of it. Now, here you have Winter Soldier, who's now a good guy, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the new Black Widow, her sister,
Yeah.
who is kind of in the middle, and the other ones are just straight up bad guys. So I'm wondering how does Bucky fit into that? Like
Yeah,
he's the one character that feels out of place.
it's kind of funny you say that because I was literally thinking the same thing. And you guys could look this up online as well. They officially announced the actual cast. We also yeah, I mean, all right, so I'm getting way ahead of myself. So yeah, Bucky, that was kind of weird because like you said, after what we got in the Captain America TV show, we have a sense that I wouldn't really say he's a good guy, but he's kind of like a little leaning more towards the good side, not deciding to kill people now and all that stuff like that. So, but for him to be involved in this group is like, okay, why? That just looks a little weird. Like why is he there? And if he's there, I'm guessing this would have to be current time. I don't think this is like a previous time period, like a few years before like the Captain America show. I would assume that this is a current time. So where's that coming from?
To me, this looks like this is taking part after Falcon and Winter Soldier, after Ant-Man, and after the Black Widow movie. Because here you have Black Widow's sister, Black Widow's dad, and Taskmaster, who's the enemy of those two. Now you have Agent USA, who was the enemy of Bucky, and
Yeah.
now you have Ghost, which was not their enemy but was a bad guy, sort of.
Yeah, for Ant-Man, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Ant-Man
so
and the
this
Wasp.
yeah. So this is this I guess maybe that's the interesting part. The fact that these guys don't look like they should even be in the same room with each other, some of them. Maybe that's the part that's interesting. It's also interesting that we're getting what is his name? What's the name's father? Black Widow's father.
Red Patriot or something like that.
Something like that. Somebody correct this in chat. Hold on. I gotta look that up myself. I don't. It's Red something. I think it's not Red Patriot. It can't be Red Patriot. It's something else.
And why isn't Captain Zemo in there? Baron Zemo,
Yes,
excuse me.
yes. I honestly thought Zemo was going to be in this. Like when they first mentioned Thunderbolts, I automatically assumed that he was going to be there.
Yeah, me too.
So what? So
I thought him and the Abomination would be there, but they're not.
Red Guardian. That's who it is.
Red Guardian, yes, that's right.
Yeah, so Red Guardian is going to be in this as well. I can understand him being there. His daughter's there. Maybe he's trying to protect her. I don't know. There's probably something going on with the
That
family in
makes
that one.
sense. That makes. I didn't even think about that. That makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, it's just but all the other characters, I mean, just I think the thing that's just a little weird about this would have to be Bucky. I think that's the weirdest thing for me in this whole thing is
Yeah.
why is Bucky here? There's got to be a reason.
If he was in
Why
the
is his
center
emo here?
position in that concept art, then I'd be like, okay, he's the leader. He's taking over. He's going to try to straighten these guys out.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like pushing it as Marvel's version of Suicide Squad almost. But I don't know. He just seems oddly placed.
That's what I think this is going to be. I think this is going to be Marvel's version of Suicide Squad. Honestly, I think that's like when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, that's basically what this is going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Ironheart was announced, which I'm excited about.
yes, can't wait for Ironheart. I'm really looking forward to that. What's the other one?
Daredevil
What
Born Again, Echo.
I'm really excited for Echo
I
because
was really hoping you'd say that. I was hoping you'd say that.
I'm really excited for Echo because what was it? Geez, what show was she on? It's escaping my mind right now.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yes. The deaf character that was in Hawkeye, I don't remember her name in the show. She was she freaking kicked ass in that show.
It's the same
She
character.
Yeah, same character, same character. The fact that once again, I feel like I talk about this all the time. We have a deaf superhero villain basically in the MCU. So anytime we get that representation, I'm all in. I'm ready to go. And the fact that she's getting her own show,
Yeah.
I'm
Mind you,
kind of
it's the
surprised.
second time Marvel has done that.
Yes, it is. It is, and big freaking props. Big props to Marvel. Adhering to my sensitive side for the deaf community because my son is
Think
deaf.
about it. They
So.
have two deaf superheroes
Mhm.
and they have one blind superhero.
Ooh, I forgot. Yeah, Daredevil.
Daredevil's blind.
You're right. You're right. Which side note, I'm going to be getting ready to watch Daredevil soon because I'm trying to get ready for Born Again.
You know that's
Gotta
18 episodes?
Born Again?
Daredevil?
Yes. That's
That's
ridiculous.
nuts.
18,
That's like
maybe,
that's old
maybe
school television. Like 18
and
episodes.
that is old school television. Maybe that's why they shortcutting on the special effects. They're trying to save that money for Daredevil.
Yeah,
Probably,
maybe.
you know. So yeah, like I said, we got a lot of great stuff that came out of D23. We got a couple Marvel games, just like a Marvel card game. I forgot the name of it. But there's a few more like little mini games, card games, and stuff like that's coming out through Marvel. It's gonna be pretty cool.
The next Indiana Jones movie was teased.
Yes. I want to say I'm excited for it. The last one wasn't that great, but I feel like this one might have better direction. So I'm like tempering my expectations for this one. I'm still gonna check it out because I'm a huge fan of the old school Indiana Jones movies. Huge fan. So
Yeah. 4 was
I'm
terrible, but I'm hoping 5 will be the apology.
four was I pretend that movie never existed. So I don't
And you know what
talk
the
about
sad
it.
part is? It was good till a certain point, and then it just went kind of
Yes.
veered off.
It just went like there was a point, spoilers, but whatever. This movie's been out for like a decade. Like it went from like adventure to we're being invaded by aliens. I was like, what?
Oh yeah,
What?
and then Shia LaBeouf swinging through the trees like Tarzan.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, what am I watching? What is this? I feel like the director didn't know. He wanted to make like 5 movies in his entire life, and he was like, I'm getting this one chance. I'm gonna put them all in one.
Yeah, that's
That's
exactly what
literally
it felt like.
that's literally what it was. So yeah, it was ridiculous. It was weird. Um, yeah, like I said, we got a lot of great stuff coming out of Disney. Disney's doing their thing. Marvel is picking up steam. As always, they are rolling right now. I can't wait for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I think that's the next Marvel content that we're getting, I believe, after She-Hulk. Can't
Yeah,
wait. Can't wait. So looks like we're gonna get a little bit of a break before we get Black Panther because it doesn't come out till November. So after She-Hulk, we got a few weeks, maybe a month, and then we're gonna be jumping into Black Panther.
yeah.
So we'll see. Other than that, Los, do you have anything you want to leave the beautiful people with before we get out of here today?
Um, She-Hulk is not as bad as KJ says. It's actually not bad. Pretty good.
No, it's actually worse than what I say.
No, no, no.
No, I'm
It's
joking.
pretty good. It's pretty good. And that's the thing. It's one of those things where like not all shows can be like ultra mega level danger threat. Some just have to be lighthearted. She-Hulk is that. Um,
Yeah,
don't forget Hocus Pocus on September 30th.
Los is gonna love it. Los is gonna love it. No, was it?
Listen, again, it's one of those films. It's a Disney film, so I wasn't raised on it, so I know nothing about it. I mean, the only thing I know from the first Hocus Pocus is from the trailer. Amok, 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 amok. That's it. That's my extent of my knowledge of it. And oh God, what's his name? Hold on, give me 1 second. I gotta find.
Third Legion in chat says plus finding some bunnies on Amazon for KJ. Yeah, buddy.
That's right. You better find some chocolate bunnies.
And your girl in chat says I'll never get them. Ah, come on. Think positive.
Listen, bro. Listen, if those Puerto Rican women of ours get together, bro, you better come up with those chocolate bunnies. You don't want two Puerto Rican women managed.
No, we do not. So yeah. Wait, what are you?
Hold on.
What are
I'm
you?
looking for the name of one actor.
IMDb.
Doug Jones, who's Commander Saru on Star Trek Discovery. He's been in a ton of horror movies, and he plays that one dead guy in Hocus Pocus. The one with his mouth stitched up.
Oh yeah. Oh really? That's him?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I think it's cool that they're bringing it back. The actresses are like really up there in age, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because it's kind of it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
As long as they look the part, the kids are not going to care, and the adults who watch it, after they start seeing these characters act the same way, they're going to like in their minds de-age them. You know what I'm trying to say?
Sure indeed. Sure
it's
indeed.
like when we watch Indiana Jones, we're not looking at Harrison. We're going, oh man, he's doing something. We're going, yeah, go Indy.
Yeah, Indy.
The one thing I'm loving is the actor who played Short Round in Indiana Jones 2. He has a whole new acting career now.
Oh yeah. Short Round. That was my guy.
Yeah,
that was my guy.
He is in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yes, he is.
He's in that movie, and he's getting a lot of movie roles now, and getting a lot of work, and I'm super happy for him.
Hey, hashtag Short Round, guys, for sure. He's doing his thing, man.
There was a picture of him and Harrison Ford together.
Oh yeah,
they came out on D23, and I was like, look, it's Short Round and Indy.
Oh man, you gotta love pop culture.
Yo, I swear to God, he better be in the next Indiana Jones movie because I think that would be amazing.
If they put Short Round in Indiana Jones, I will lose my mind.
Me too.
I will lose my mind. Indy Harrison Ford was getting kind of emotional on stage at the D23 convention, talking about the Indiana Jones movie, saying that, listen, like, this is going to be different. I'm guessing he was kind of talking about it, but not really talking about how the last one wasn't that great, and this one was going to be different. This one was going to like really represent the true story or like the true feel of the Indiana Jones universe. So I think they have to. You have to bring Short Round, even if it's just like a 2-minute cameo. Bring him in. I don't care, So I'm gonna look for it. Other than that, yeah. So do you have any other recommendations? Do you have any recommendations you want to leave with people before we get out of here?
I can't recommend anything right now because everything that I want to watch is getting released here pretty much.
Okay.
Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Star Trek. Just watch Star Trek.
Well, actually, no. Honestly, what I would recommend is Evil Season 3.
You watched it?
No, dude. I started to watch it. I think I got like 2 or 3 episodes in. Oh my God.
I told you.
Is so good.
I told you. I recommended Evil like probably last year. I was like, Los.
No, didn't Kira and I recommend it to you?
No, wait, did you? Maybe you did.
Did.
Maybe you did. Yeah, you probably did. I don't remember. But no, I think I recommended it to you because I've been watched that show. Like I'm already done. And then I was like, Los, you gotta watch it. He's like, all right, I think I'll check it out. Yeah,
no, I think it's different. You know what?
It might have been
in chat. she could tell us. Was it Keith who recommended it, or did we recommend it to him?
Let me know.
I don't remember.
Yes to which one?
No, yes. She's going yes to how good it is.
Oh, yes, dude. I told you that show. Anybody who's watching or listening, if you have not watched Evil on, I think, what is it, on Paramount? Yeah, it's on Paramount.
Oh, no. She recommended it to me, and I recommended it to you, according to her.
Yeah, it was me, and I got it to so I'll show me. Oh, okay. Probably. Okay.
All right.
But yeah, for anybody who's watching or listening right now, if you have not watched Evil on Paramount, you need to watch it. When you get finished listening to this podcast, go watch the first episode. Just watch it. It is an amazing. It is an amazing. Keeps getting
better, and better, and better every episode.
And you're in season 1, right?
No, I'm in season 3.
Oh, you're in season 3?
I'm in season 3, episode 2 or 3.
Jeez, such a good show, bro. Freaking loved it. Like, oh, it just it leaves you on the edge of your seat. It really does.
And the twist from the season finale, the last minutes of the season finale to the first episode of season 3, so good.
Oh,
so good.
Yes. Did you? I really want to talk about it, but I don't want to spoil it. Why don't we
do it at the end of season 3? Let's do a take 1 on Evil.
Okay, that's fine. I just want to get a quick reaction from you. What did you think when you saw the final scene in season 1 going into season 2? Do you remember the final scene in season 1? In the bathroom.
In the bathroom?
Yes.
Yo, I had me at the edge of my seat. I'm like, oh no, I need to see more. But my true reaction of holy shit, I need to see season 3 was the last couple of minutes of the finale of season 2. That had me like, oh my God, I need to see this show.
I forgot. You gotta tell me after the show. I'm sorry, anybody who's like listening or watching.
That he just took his vows to be a priest.
Oh yes. I was upset. I was upset. For anybody who's watching or listening who's seen the show, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, you
know what we're talking about. So yeah, another show I'm gonna recommend to you when you're done watching Evil. I don't know if you watched it yet on Apple TV. If you don't have Apple TV, subscribe to it. This show is worth it.
We have it.
Severance. I think I mentioned it on the show before.
I watched a recap of the season. I didn't actually watch the season, and the recap didn't seem interesting.
No, dude. Trust me. Don't watch a trailer. Don't read anything. Just watch the show. I thought the same thing. The first episode was like, what is this? Whatever. I actually thought about stop watching the show. When I got to like
give it the same chance you gave Strange New World.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the conclusion of JHouze Radio, episode 68. I hope you enjoyed the show. Do not take anything Lo says serious. He's a very, very, very bad man. He eats people, and I'm pretty sure he's a cannibal.
Just because the next episode is number 69, don't be thinking nothing dirty, people, okay?
Oh, and just for that, I'm going to come up with something crazy. Next episode is going to be a wacky one. I'm going to come up with something crazy. I had an idea for next episode, but I might scrap it just to make a wacky episode. Just because you said that.
Oh, but we still got to do our She-Hulk review. You can't back out. Committed.
Committed.
You committed.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. My recommendation for today is, I probably recommended it already, but go watch Severance on Apple TV. It's a freaking good show. It will, literally the last episode, some people will say edge of my seat. I was legitimately on the edge of my seat on the last scene in Severance. And then when that movie faded to black, I fell on the floor crying. I was like, no, I want to watch more Severance. Can't wait. Season 2 is going to be freaking awesome. Watch Severance.
That's what happened to me watching Showgirls. I was like, no, somebody paid for that.
Oh my goodness gracious. We're out of here, bro. We're out of here, guys. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. If you're watching us live, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening to us on your favorite Apple podcast or Spotify, wherever, leave a review. I really appreciate it. It would definitely help Los out because, you know, he's an emotional guy. He cries if he doesn't get likes or comments. Please Los, ladies and gentlemen. Please Los. And we will catch you guys later.